Hey guys, Zelonius here. Welcome back to another video on the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about Team of the Season cards, but a bit of a twist. Rather than looking at all these insane Tots cards, we're going to be looking at some of the worst ones, the ones that in particular I don't think you should be using. Might be some surprises in here, but we're going to look at pretty much all of them. But what we're going to do, we're going to sort them by rating. We're going to go lowest to highest because obviously a lot of the lower ones are going to be some of the worst ones. So, and there might be some here that I say look at and say I actually think these are fairly good. So one, I think generally speaking, nearly all the Tots cards are usable. So when we say worst, it's just going to be there's going to be some that I'll look at and like wouldn't really want to use him. So like this guy here, he's actually pretty solid. It's just how do you fit them into the team. A lot of the lower ones, they're actually very good cards. It's like how would you actually fit those into your team based on the chemistry? If they're not a team of the season plus, does it include team of the season plus? We're going to put we'll include all these in one go. Let's see if it does it. Yeah, so we've got them all now. So there's going to be quite a mix here. A lot of these honestly look fairly good. I do think Power Shot and Relentless are not that important anymore at fullback, but this card can play centre mid. So when we just look through Rafa Majika, 4-5, 5-star weak, was not bad, but Aerial, when he's what I don't think he's that tall, this guy is 6'1. He's got power shot, which is pretty useless. His passing's pretty bad, his shot's average. Now you put Hunter on him fair, he's got a fairly good shot, but not special at this point in the game. He's a bit bad on the ball. That would be a card I would really not want to use at this point of the game. Let's have a look. Honestly, like I say, there's a lot of very good ones. I think this guy, not. Are you sick to death of getting out teamed on FC24? Want that God squad you've always been dreaming of? Check out IGGM.com today, the best and most reliable place to get coins for your ultimate team. Use the link in the description and code ZEL at checkout for a 5% discount. Check out IGGM.com today. The best. 6'2", he's okay. But yeah, I think a lot of the stats not that good on the ball if you're playing at left back. Not got some of the elite stats for a centre back. Doesn't have anticipate. That'd be a card I won't be too bothered about. Sheaf, no 5-star. Only 2 play styles. Slow, cannot shoot. Passing's okay for the basic stuff, but clunky, bad on the ball. He will be one of the absolute worst cards that you probably get. Why is Archie Gray, by the way, who's played most of the season at right back, why has he not even got that as an alternate position from here? Pretty lazy, that. This card, Kouassi from the French Female League. 74 passing at this point in the game is atrocious. 83 dribbling, 77 strength. Definitely one of the worst cards. Honestly, any female centre-back, very few, like Renard's tall. She's an exception. There's not many. 5'4", it does not matter how good you are across the board. You can honestly be near 99 everything. Obviously, I'm exaggerating a bit, but you'd still struggle because you're that small. Not just the aerial, which is pretty important on the game now. It's the tackle, the hitbox, things like that. Any card, by the way, that's an attacker that doesn't have any 5-star, doesn't mean they're crap, but it means they're instantly going to be a fair bit worse than a lot of other cards. But like at the bottom end here, like Calafiore, he's only a 90, which isn't that high at this point. But that is honestly a very good centre back. I think I rated him as A tier in my Serie A tier list. From's any keeper, generally speaking, 5'9", way too small. You need to be probably 6'2" plus to be a good keeper on this game, in my opinion. Some decent cards here. Dewsbury Hall, pretty good all-round stats, one of the best play styles. This Banza looked pretty average, 4'4". Passing, shocking, clunky. Again, not a very good card. Probably another keeper here, that's not very big. 5'8", instantly not very usable. Milinkovic Savic, underrated card, pretty good. Same with that Smodic, he's actually pretty good. Again, just how you fitting him in. Lala, honestly thought this card was fairly disappointing. Passing's very average at this point in the game. Fairly clunky. Not the best physical, not that big. Like, don't think that card's particularly great. Dante a bit slow at this point. I'm not going to highlight every single female keeper, but generally speaking, most of those are cards that I really wouldn't be that bothered about. Russo, fairly good value, but not great, as in terms of the card. That card doesn't have a 5-star, but has 2 of the best playstyles and a decent set of all-round stats. There's a lot of very good value cards. Like this card here, I'm not saying he's one of the worst. 5'4" solid. He's already very good on the ball. You put an engine on him, he's still most lengthy. He's not bad on the ball. He's not great either, but he's super good physical. He's going to be okay on the ball because he's got 99 dribbling. His passing's okay. His shot's amazing. He's quick. And he's got finesse and 5'4". That's a really good card for 27k. Trying to see if there's any other cards that really stand out. Pretty poor. Gabriel, honestly, pretty disappointing. I think he has normal anticipate. Yeah. So he's okay. But for what the card I expected, he's slow and pretty clunky. Honestly, quite disappointing at this point of the game. There's a few that I've seen that I looked at and was like, I just didn't like these cards. Honestly, thought that McGinn was fairly meh. Anticipates near useless on a midfielder, really. So, Martin Pereira, that card's pretty rubbish. If you look, all of those playstyles are pretty useless. Aerial, 5'8", 4'4", not very quick. Some bad passing stats, 84 dribbling. Would not care for that card. This one's pretty average. He had an awful game yesterday, by the way. Somerville in the playoff final. Really disappointed what I saw from him. The championship player of the season. One of the most underrated cards in the game. That Hanko's pretty crazy. This card here got some good stats, but not very good playstyles. 4'4", pretty pointless. That Mateo. Too small again. Kubo's not bad, but any card with awful physical at this point is a bit of a letdown because most good cards at this point have not really any weaknesses. Very good card for the price. Garassi was much better than him for not a lot more. Underrated card, that Vardy. 2 great playstyles, some really good stats. What else was there that stood out? That De Jong's pretty meh. I thought that Ramirez was poor. Coffee, this card's pretty bad if I remember rightly. Very defensive, cannot shoot. Okay pace, pretty bad on the ball. Not a very good card. Honestly, quite a lot of the cards that stand out as bad as a lot of the female cards. There's some great female cards, like Kelly's amazing, Morgan, Hemp's one of my favourite cards. That Chawinga's unreal. But a lot of them are like keepers or centre-backs that are too small. And there's a lot of 4'4" cards. I think for the most part, once you get to this point, they're all pretty good purely based on the stats. And they tend to give the higher rated cards better plays. As Hegerberg's pretty meh. We're probably running out of really... Like we go through most of these pages, most of these are pretty good meta cards, and you notice it with the price range tending to go up on some of them, and if they're not, it tends to be like the centre backs that are tiny and things like that. But yeah, I think Tots, even the worst cards are fairly solid at this point of the game. Appreciate you guys watching the videos. Do let me know your thoughts. If I try a different video, let me know what you think about it, if you like it. As always, I appreciate the support. Keep it spicy. Hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace.